on within this nation, what I end up seeing is actually foretold from prophecy. As I opened up Jeremiah and Isaiah, it dawned on me that the way that we end up receiving and seeing this world right now is with closed eyes and ears. But what would I do to be able to open the eyes and the ears of the blind? So many people, in a spiritual essence, as I speak to them right now, maybe you can relate to this. Maybe you've got a family member that you've been trying to talk to. Someone that, though you end up doing pretty well, actually, in this life, others seem to be hurting. And when you tell them what you did, and some of you may be watching this and not be Christian. You might be watching this and say, well, I just woke up every day and I was self-inspired. God gave me everything that I needed without me having to believe in anything but myself. Well, I'm glad that you believe in you, but I want to tell you something. You know, even the demons, it says, believe in God, and they fear and tremble. But it is through confession of Jesus as Lord that we end up finding salvation and control over these very spirits and entities within this world. By having that control over them, it allows for us to have power over the addictions that we end up finding, over the tribulations, the hardships. The very way that we persevere through all of this is through understanding that these tribulations are set forth for purpose, and that by receiving divine instruction, we allow for ourselves to come forward, to stand up and to shine amongst man, to be able to take the next step in this tribulation and realize that this has all been set forth for a purpose. And what we end up seeing also within the scriptures is not only the divine revelation that it was set forth for this, and that the very people would act in the same manner as was described by these great prophets, but also that it was set forth for the building and the creation of a new world. All of this is set forth. The entire world, if this goes according to biblical prophecy, as usually the world does go, what we will end up seeing is it will be the very creation of a new world. It will end up healing this world. All of our hardships will be solved. We will end up creating, what does it say? That the lion and the lamb will dwell together. Look at that. Even snakes will no longer harm the child. You know, if I can create that perfect world that we end up seeing at the beginning, actually it would be at the very end of Isaiah 65 where it ends up mentioning it all. You can look at it and see how they draw it up. You can look at it again in St. John and the revelations he has. There's going to be more hardships to come. Not only are we going to face disease, we're going to face war. We not only are going to have war, but realize this is nothing new. Did you know that statistically that there are 1 to 10 of the people that have died from coronavirus have also died from HIV? And the same statistic is very similar to even car accidents. But look at the way that we reacted to this. That should tell you something in itself. But I want you to realize one thing from this message is purpose. God has a divine purpose. And that purpose that he is creating is the very essence that I want to be able to create and to show with you. For you to realize that God has that purpose. And that he is building something right now. So if you're going through hardship, I want you to persevere. If you feel like it's the end of times, well, you might want to think that it just might be. And that gives you all the more reason for you to turn towards Christ, for you to be able to receive the light of God. And where others end up falling down, you need to rise. You need to stand up. You need to look at others. And when you see that they are dying, that they're trash, you need to be able to create value in their lives through Christ and through the Spirit of God that works in you. I want you to be able to take steps. Sometimes you got to come down to their level just so you can relate, grab them by the hand and lift them up to the level of the divine. When we start to see things in the ways of these prophets, we are truly opening the doors to making a better tomorrow today. My name is Rev Kasey Carroll, and my message is simple. It's so simple. Jesus is Lord, and I want you to be able to receive Christ and start to create that new world. God bless, and I'll see you.